Well, it's so lovely to be here with you today, Adam, and congratulations on winning the category for arts for the Innovate with NBN Grants 2021. I was just wondering if you could tell me a little bit about Pyrus.
So Pyrus Event Services is a full-service hybrid and virtual events production agency. We're based in Wagga Wagga in regional New South Wales. My work's been fairly mainstream in the past, but I've found a bit of a niche in more disability arts focused conferencing and arts festivals and things like that.
That sounds amazing. How long have you had Pyrus up and running?
Pyrus was a bit of a born out of COVID, shall we say. We're sort of getting tipped to launch into what I thought the company would be, but obviously so much turmoil in the events industry. I redesigned from the ground up, I guess, the business in sort of mid-2020. Pyrus was subtly rebuilt into this national-facing regional business that was kind of doing much bigger, more varied work than a lot of people could take on in those early stages of COVID. And we got a lot of very quick runs on the board, and it's kind of led to this. Honestly, the business is probably where I expected it to be in about 5-10 years' time. It's much, much bigger than I ever dreamt it would be by now. Providing high levels of access in virtual and hybrid eventing, I've just found it's a bit of a really overlooked area. Especially before COVID, I don't think anyone would have even given it a second thought. But as soon as everything started going online, there was suddenly this realization that there was a massive gap in terms of accessibility of event platforms, navigating them with screen readers, just the ticketing process, the registration process, a lot of things. There was a lot of barriers to entry for a lot of very diverse sets of audiences.
And tell me what winning the grant enabled in your business model.
The Innovate with NBN grant money went towards predominantly making it easier for us to provide those more, I guess, obvious access services of Auslan interpretation, captioning and audio description, because that's what's dealt with in terms of your live streaming content rather than the platform where the event's going to be going. So event accessibility is a broad and varied and very, very tricky space to navigate at the moment, but we're just doing what we can to knock down a few of those barriers to entry along the way.
I love hearing that. As someone who lives regionally, I think it is so important to expand that audience reach. And the NBN and our digital capability fast-tracked during COVID enables us all now to have so much more than we did previously. And
100%. And my business would not exist in the form it did now without NBN infrastructure. It's just allowed me to, from Wagga, run a completely national facing business. I'm lucky enough where I live to get fibre to my home, direct fibre to the office. We're on amazing packages. And it just allows us to run services that previously would have just been completely left behind in the regions. It's just been incredible.
If you had any advice for future applicants for the Innovate with NBN grants, what would it be, Adam?
I think don't focus on the minute details, just focus on the change you're trying to make and the mission that you're on. So I would say if you're even considering applying, just apply, because you never know where your little idea might lead you. It's just go for it, yeah.